Okay, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining me bright and early on this Monday morning. So my name is Wendy O'Sullivan, and I'm the Moodle administrator for KWETB. So this is our second live session on Moodle. So I really wanted to follow up on the first one and really build upon what we've learned. So we're going to look at interactive elements for your course, how to get the students onto your course, which is what I'm asked all the time, and then giving feedback on an assignment. So we created an assignment last week. So how do we actually give feedback on that? So we are going to get cracking, get stuck in, because I think we've got quite a lot to cover. So the content that we're going to look at today is a plugin for Moodle, and it's the H5P plugin. So it's rich HTML5 content. So it includes quizzes, interactive videos. There's so much there. Now I've dropped the link to this, it's actually h5p.org. So I've dropped the link to that on the Teams page, and Ashley might share it there as well in the Q&A. So have a look at that and look, I mean, pages and pages of different tools that you can use within your Moodle course. We'll probably only get a chance to look at maybe 4 of them today, and I'm going to bring you step by step through it. But also I just want to say that any tool that you use already, like Socrative, Vimeo, Mentimeter, Quizlet, Padlet, all of those things, you can still use them. Animoto, make all your videos, quizzes, anything that you already like using, and just pop the URL straight into your Moodle course. Okay, so it's fully compatible. But the content I'm showing you today is stuff that's already embedded in Moodle. Okay, so let's get started. We will escape out of that. We will go to Google, and here is our course. So I'm logged into our Moodle site, and we created a course last week on customer service. Now, I do not teach customer service, so apologies to anyone out there who does. I don't know why I picked this topic, but anyway, so here's our customer service course. So this is what we made last week. I popped in an announcement section and some class discussions. We had questions on how do you put a glossary in, so I've popped one in there. Now this course is totally open, you can enroll yourself on it, so if you want to have a look at what I've done. I popped in the learning outcomes, an assessment schedule, which is just in Excel. Now that's actually a blank one, it's just to show you how to get the resource in. Then some content, some videos. I popped a Padlet in. I have a section on class notes, a TED talk, and just some more resources. And then we popped in an assignment last week as well, so we'll be coming back to that. Okay, so here we have our section on interactive elements. Okay, and I am going to show you how to do an interactive video. So I'll show you the example. So I made this over the weekend. Okay, so basically you can put in any video, a video that you've made, a video that you've saved from a website, or a YouTube clip, and the students would watch this at home, and then at various points in the video questions will pop up. You can pop up key terms, summaries, all sorts of stuff. Now I have one made here. I hope you can hear this. I know last week's video the sound wasn't playing, so fingers crossed it is.
Okay, last stop of the day. Pipe adhesive and deck stain.
Okay, so I just popped up one thing to say, watch closely and answer questions.
Hey, how's it going?
This poor dude was being completely ignored by all the staff. Okay, so the first question that comes up then, fill in the missing words. So the customer is being, and I would say, ignored by staff, and staff should always something customers when they enter a shop. So I'm just going to say greet. And you can check that off. Correct. And then we continue playing our video.
Hey, excuse me. I need to find pipe adhesive. You know where that is?
Can't really help you out with that, but I'm sure you can find somebody down in aisle 4 to help you.
And we'll just skip on here to the next part. Okay, so the staff member here was, and you can pop in some true or false. So we'll say helpful, and he absolutely wasn't. So we'll check and then continue, and then I'll just skip on to the next one that I popped in. And now my internet is saying, oh, don't go too fast. Hang on, go back a bit.
Hey, can you, hey guys.
Okay, so what would you have done differently in this scenario? Asked another member of staff for help, got a ladder and located the product for the customer, directed the customer to the correct product. So I'm just going to say the middle one. Oh, directed the customer to the correct product and then continue. Okay, and we'll put that there. So you get the picture. So let's go back to our course. Okay. Okay, so first of all, turn editing on. Keep an eye on the time so I don't want to go over. And we're going to pop it in down the end, just in my webinar 2 section here. So add an activity or resource, and you're going to look for the interactive content, H5P, and add. Okay. You can put a description in, so that would, to me, would be instructions for the activity. So you could say, watch this video carefully, please answer the questions that pop up on the screen, or, you know, submit a summary after, whatever it is you want to do, and then you would tick the box, display this on the course page. So quite handy, otherwise they could be faffing around wondering what it is they're supposed to do with the video. Okay, so we are going to look for interactive video, and there it is. Details. Now what's really, really nice is that for every single tool that's in here, you can watch a demo on it. I'm just going to say use. Okay, brilliant. And you can pop a title in. So I will say just customer and step 1, so it's very straightforward, add the video. So I will go to here, back to my YouTube, copy, back to my lesson, and I'll paste this in and insert. And that's that. Now I want to add my interactive elements. So here is the video. So they're all across the top here. Do you want to pop in a label, some text, a table, a link, an image, statements, single choice, multiple choice, true or false, fill in the blanks, drag and drop, mark the words. So, I mean, I'm stating the obvious here. You can move across and add those in. Okay, so the first one we are going to do is a fill in the blanks, which was this one here. Okay, so we'll play our video.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay, so I pressed fill in the blank. Okay, and your choices, do you want a button or a poster? I always go with poster. So a button is just a very, very small circle, just like that picture there on the screen. And I think sometimes students miss it. So if you press poster, it popped up like when I showed you mine. So the full question appears over the video, and it's just a little bit easier to see. So I'll just call this fill in the blanks. Fill in the missing words. Okay, and here we go. So I'm going to say staff should always, and then my missing word is in asterisks. Whoops. Well, what am I doing? Greet customers when they. Okay, and that is it. Now I can add another one and another one and another one and another one by adding text block, but I'm happy with just one for now. Okay, and then I'll press done. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and I will just move it over and I will make that box bigger. Okay, so that's what I meant by poster. So that's really, you know, it's big, they can see it. And if you want to edit that at all, just go back into the pencil, and if you want to move it, you literally just grab it and drag. Okay, so that's that. Then we continue playing our video.
Find pipe adhesive?
Yeah, just over there on the shelf.
Oh, okay. So just
Okay, so I pressed true or false there. Again, I'm going to say I want a poster. I'm just going to call that true or false. And then my question is, so the staff member was very, these are crazy questions, but you'd obviously do a better job. And obviously that is false. And that's it. Press done. Okay, and just like the other one, I will move it over and I'll make it bigger. I'd like them to be able to see everything. And that's it. Ready to go again. Play your video. Skip a bit.
Hello? Well, I haven't done this before, so is there anything you can recommend?
Have you used a paintbrush before?
Yeah, of course.
Well, then that's all you need to know.
I think we've seen enough of this guy. Right. We don't have to listen to him. Okay, so step one was put in your video. Step two is add your interactive questions. So they're all across here. Now you might just want to flash up key terms, you know, just definitions, anything at all that you want them to learn from the video. But this is nice as well. Step three is a summary task. So basically, you know, what we learned from this video is the customer is always right, and all of those statements. So you can just add them in, and at the end then students can click on the summary. Okay, but when you're finished, we'll just save and display. Okay, and here is the one we've just created. Question. Okay, and there we go. Right, I hope that makes sense. Right, so that was our first one. We're going to go back to our course here. Scroll down again. And so we're still in edit mode, as you can see there. So it says turn editing off. So we're in edit mode, and we're going to look for add an activity or resource. And we're going to go to the interactive content again and add. And we are going to do this one, memory game. So I used to love this when I was younger. Okay, so memory game. So I was thinking this would be useful for the top 10 customer service companies. So looking at logos or looking at match the description. So you could say, you know, Amazon is a US multinational, a successful e-commerce site, one of the big four, and then they have to match it to the logo, that kind of thing. Again, I don't teach customer service, as just an example. Okay. So again, I'll call this top 10 customer service companies. Up the top, then again, you could have put in your description, tick the box, you know, put this description on the page so they can see it. So everything that has obviously a red asterisk you have to fill in. Okay, so it's just call it top 10 customer service companies. And I'm going to have, say, 4 cards, maybe even 5 cards. So card 1, and I can just go to add image, and I will do Adobe. Okay, you have to then just pop in what that image is. Okay, So this is for you know, visually impaired users. So I'll just say Adobe logo. And then down here, I'm going to pop it in again. So Adobe. I actually don't need to put it in twice because I did it already at the top. Okay, so that's that. Card 2, add an image. And we're going to use Intel. So Intel logo. And add it again. So these are images that I have already saved, okay, just in case, you know, so it's things that you have saved on your PC. Obviously you have to be aware of copyright. We'll do Nike. And add it again. And how many did I say? So I was going to do 5. So we'll keep going. Add another one. And Tesco. Matching one. It's Tesco, and then final card. Sony. And my matching one. Sony. Okay, so I have my title, I have all my cards put in. That's it. Now, this is where I was saying about the description. So an optional short text that will pop up once the 2 matching cards are found. I thought that was quite nice actually. So did I do anything now? I'll just do Tesco. Excellent customer service, right? And that is that. So we are going to save and display. Again, you can ignore all the other stuff there. You could grade it if you like. Yeah, so any of the tools that you do make in the H5P, they go into your grade book as well, so I'll show you that after. So here they are, and you just find the matching ones. You know, that's quite nice that, you know, your little definition or whatever pops up at the end. So that is that, and then it tells you good work, how long it took, the number of card turns. But again, you could have put in a grade for that, and then, as I said, that will appear in your grade book. Back to my course again. And I'm going to show you a find the words. So back down. Add an activity or resource. We are going to go to H5P. Add. And yeah, I probably should have shown you this list here, but recently used first, newest first. But if you do A to Z, you can see here accordion, an image blender, maths quiz, audio recorder, chart, collage, column. You know, we could literally do this, you know, you could do webinars on just this tool for, you know, a couple of weeks, and you probably wouldn't get through all of the tools. This is the one I was going to show you now. Flashcards is lovely too. Find the words. So you could use this as a summary. So after, you know, at the end of maybe a term, when your glossary that you've created alongside your students has started to fill up with new words, key terms, all that kind of stuff, then you could give them this as a summary tool. Okay, and I'm just going to call it terms. So find the words from the grid. So it says use comma separated list of words, special characters, white spaces and numbers are not allowed. So I will delete that, and I'm going to use internal, comma, external, comma, customer, comma, forum, tool, comma, solving. Let's see, and then my last word I'll use is feedback. Okay, so again, I could go in and grade this. You know, grade to pass is, let's say, 60. And save and display. Okay, so find the words from the grid, and here they are here. And hopefully I'll be able to see one. There's forum. Okay. Okay, and that's marked off. And let's see if we can find another one. Let's see, chat tool. And I can see, so we've got one. It took me 21 seconds there, and I got one right, but I can show the solution. And there they are. Actually, they were all up the top. Okay, so that's quite a nice one. So really, there's so many tools here, and great for all, you know, all levels. Really, something as simple as, you know, a word search using flashcards to then, you know, more complicated ones as well. So totally depending on what you teach and what you want to use it for. But again, as I said, you know, you can create a quiz in Socrative and then drop it in here. Okay, so the last one that I'm going to do is quiz. So it's this one, the question set. Okay, so be careful because there are other ones in here. Okay, so they're all single. So do you want to do a single drag and drop question, a single drag the word, a single fill in the blank, a single guess the answer? That's really nice as well, personality quiz. A single choice set. So that's them all, you know, on their own, but we want to create a quiz that has, you know, maybe 5 questions in it. Okay, so it's the question set. Details. So you can look at the content demo. Okay, so which of the berries listed below are berries you can pick in the wild? Oh my goodness. Absolutely no idea. I'm just ticking anything here, right? And then check. Okay. So I'll go on to the next question. Drag and drop. That's a cloudberry. That is a red currant. And that's a blueberry. Show score. And continue. So it's nice that they show you, you know, what you can do. And finish. Okay, so you got 4 out of 6. Congratulations, show solution. Okay, so we're going to use this one. So again, like I said, put in your description, display it on your page, give it a title. So I'm just background image if you like. So if you have something really, really nice, maybe even just a white page with a KWETB logo in the corner, something like that. So that would be the background image that will display for all the questions. Progress indicator, do you want text or dots? I'll just leave that. My pass percentage is 50%. Okay, so here you just add questions. So we've got 1 question in at the moment. And what type of question are you looking for? So I'm going to say multiple choice. Okay, and I'll just leave it. Here is the question. CRM stands for. Okay, option 1. necessarily matter. Option 2. And option 3. And that's the correct answer, obviously. Okay, so you can change bits there if you want. Disable backward navigation so they can't go back to the question. Randomize them so if they are sitting in class beside each other, you know, they're not all answering at the same time, etc. Okay. So that is my first question, so I'm going to add a new one. You could copy it, which is quite nice actually. So the multiple choice one, if it was fairly similar, so you could copy it and then go again. I'm going to do a fill in the blank. So that is just going to be called fill in the missing word. And we did this already, so we know how easy it is. Summer is always, and then put our asterisks around it. And that's it. Now keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. So I could do a sentence. I could paste in, you know, an entire paragraph from a textbook or from whatever, a quote or something. And, you know, you can have as many blanks missing there as you want, but I just have to keep this simple. We have to keep moving. Add a question. Okay, we're going to do a drag and drop. Okay, we will just call that. I'm not going to use a background image, so we're going to go simply to the task in hand. Okay, so what was I going to do for this one? Okay, so you have to, and we're going to do drag and drop with maybe matching up logos for customer service tools with just the name of the logo. So you have to create drop zones. It sounds complicated, but it's absolutely not. Okay, so we create drop zones. I'm trying to remember this now. And one of them is and I'm going to show the label. So that'll be sitting over it. And I need to make that a little bit bigger. Okay, another drop zone. The egg. Show label. And it can only contain one answer. Done. This one is definitely a bit more fiddly. So, you know, if you don't like it, just use a different type of question set. And my third drop zone, I need to actually look at what I was using. So Survey Monkey, Crazy Egg, and oh yeah, Trust Pilot is another one. So show the label. Can only have one right answer, and done. I thought I had said use label. Making this look quite hard now, but it's such a silly little box actually, how small it is. Let me just go in and edit that and make sure. No, I didn't. This is show label. So we want to have the name on the top. Okay, that'll do for now. So they're the drop zones. You're going to drag and drop into those areas. So do you want to drag words or do you want to drag pictures? So I have the logos saved. So I'm going to go image, add, and I'm going to pop in Survey Monkey. and you do have to say the name just. Okay, and select the drop zone is SurveyMonkey. Done. So just throw it up anywhere, and we'll make it a little bit bigger. The next one. So I need crazy egg, and I'm going to pop in my text. And you could do a hover text over it if you wanted. So that is drop zone for crazy egg. This sounds crazy. I'll just make him a little bit bigger, not too big. Move it down. And finally, we are missing Trustpilot. And that is Trustpilot. And done. Okay, so there's 3 steps to this one. So we had to create our drop zones, which we did. Move out of the way. So I've got my 3 drop zones. Then I added my images. I could have added just 3 lumps of text either. And then you have to link them together. So you simply go back to this fella, Crazy Egg, you press edit, and you say the image Crazy Egg is the correct answer, and done. Then I go into Trustpilot and I press the pencil for edit, and that image is the correct answer, and I press done. And then finally SurveyMonkey, pencil, SurveyMonkey image is the correct answer, and done. Okay, so back up the top here, I have created a quiz with 3 questions, a multiple choice, a fill in the blanks, and a drag and drop. Okay, and then I am going to press, oh yeah, you can change those as well actually. So show the check buttons, override show solution, override the retry, so you can enable or disable, so you can have a play around with what you want it to do. I'm just going to keep it simple here, and then save and display. So again, apologies to anyone who teaches customer service. So CRM stands for, and I'll say the last one, check, correct, move on. The customer is always wrong, check, show solution, customer is always right, move on. Now, this fella is Trustpilot. Oh, I hope he fits. Oh, isn't that just hilarious now? Oh, there he goes. I should have tested that, actually made sure it wasn't too big, and then SurveyMonkey goes in there, check, and they are correct. So it's really important that you do the last step for that one, where you go back in and you edit the drop zone and you tell it which one is the correct answer. And that's because I said only one of those logos can match the drop zone. So it can depend, like I saw a lovely one yesterday that is, which one of these are, let's say if you were doing fixed assets or something. So there can be loads of different ones. So obviously they could all just keep going, and you could just have 2 drop zones, vegetables, fruit, and keep dropping them all in. And press finish. So we got 4 out of 5. And you can show all the solutions there, etc. Okay. Now, so that's all using the H5P, and there they are there. So for these ones I did put the description on the page. Obviously you could say a lot more. I've no description on those. You can go back in and edit absolutely everything on your course, okay? So you can always just save it, have a look at it, go back in, save it, have a look at it, go back in, okay? So don't panic. So beside every single one of those, so let's say my quiz, this little pencil just renames that word, but you're going to go over here. You can hide it. So I make the quiz at the weekend, but I don't want them to see it until Thursday. So hide it and then reveal it. You can duplicate it and then go again, but edit settings. And you're just back in again, and you know, if you've got the wrong spelling, grammatically incorrect, or you've left off a question, you know, you can keep adding to that, you can keep removing all of that, and then I can go save and return to my course. Okay, so this is all on the page because I'm in edit mode, which is at the top here. Okay. Now, as I said to you at the start, if you have Quizlet tools that you have created already, you know, you can just pop the URL in here. So that's a label. I think I showed you that the last day. So add an activity or resource. And if you want to put any kind of text, image, video, or a URL, you use label and then you press add. So I had a quiz from Quizlet and I simply just right click, paste the URL of that quiz. Okay, so we're going to go back to that for 1 second. And keep an eye on the time because I do really want to show you how to get students on here. Okay, so I will turn my editing off. And here's my Quizlet. Okay, so it's just the URL there to flashcards and quizzes. Now, Quizlet is completely free. I'm sure it's been shown during the week, but this is a great one in that there's loads of stuff in here already. So I just searched for customer. And then all these different question sets pop up. Okay, so this one here has 22 terms in it. You know, I can go in and have a look and say, right, what's that all about? Okay, and if you've never used Quizlet before, so you create a question set, you know, with key terms, but then it gives you all of these different things. So you've got flashcards. Okay, empathy and understanding another person's thoughts and feelings. That's that one. Then you go to learn. So it's all still using the words that you've put in, but you've got, you know, a quiz. Spelling test, matching activities, all of these things. So if you like that, you just simply copy the URL and you can pop it. Where's my course gone? Up here. Go to add an activity or resource, click label and just paste it in there, and obviously give them some instructions. I've left that fairly blank there, but you know, you can give instructions on what you want them to do. As I said, all of the stuff that we added in here can be graded. So if you go to your course, okay, you've got a grade book set up. Okay, so there's all the bits and pieces I put in. So I put in an assignment last week. You know, the max grade is 100. And then you can edit all the settings for it. Loads of different reports here. So I can see that, you know, I have 2 students enrolled in my course. They're both called Wendy. There's their email address. One of them has put in an assignment and one hasn't yet, but as you move across then you'd be able to see all those different activities and what grade they've gotten, and all of this can be exported as Excel spreadsheets, everything, and you know, you can edit the grades on these grade reports and grade history. So you can do, you know, really handy reports, search for stuff, etc. Okay, so I want to go back, because we're running out of time here, to how do you get students on to the course. Okay, so on the right hand side, you've got participants. Okay, and there are 3 people on the course, me, the teacher, and 2 students. So you would go to enroll and you would assign them as a student, and then you search. Okay, now prior to that, let me just give you a little bit of background. Okay, so how do you get students onto, in particular, the Moodle platform? So it, you know, it might work differently for other centres using Moodle. Our students don't need a KWETB email address to get into Moodle. Any email will do, but we are changing that. You know, they're going to have a KWETB address, but it still doesn't matter one way or the other. They just need an email to be able to get into this. So they need to be registered. So when you go to that button, enroll a student, you could search for Mary Byrne, and there could be 10 Mary Byrnes, but it mightn't be your Mary Byrne because she hasn't actually been enrolled onto Moodle. Okay, so how do we get them in? So they come in via PLSS or manually, and that is via me, your Moodle administrator. So this is my preferred method. You would put them in via PLSS. Okay, so your coordinator, your centre manager does this. So when they put a course up on PLSS, there is a box that says tick the box, use Moodle. Okay, then it brings you to another page where it says transfer the students over. So you look at the list of names and you would tick select all and transfer over. Then the next screen lets you put a tutor in for that course too. So it's important that they do that. So they would say, okay, Wendy O'Sullivan is going to teach that, and they put in Wendy O'Sullivan at kwetb.ie. Perfect. Then the Moodle course is created and the students are enrolled on it, and then hopefully the tutor has been enrolled. Now all of this, you know, I can go back and change that, but it's just more work. 6, then you open the course and select participants. Oh yeah, so that's when you just then go to the course that's been created. So go and find it in Moodle, go to your centre, so go to full-time, part-time, you know, find Biffy, whatever it is, find your course, open it and have a look at the participants. Has everybody been added? Are they all there? You know, if they haven't, you can try and enroll them, and possibly there was an error in the transfer over, but just contact me or contact your coordinator because maybe they didn't tick the box. Then you can manually add or remove students. So if somebody leaves the course or whatever, you know, you can just delete them if you want. And you can also enroll other teachers. So if you're going to do some team teaching or you're sharing a class with somebody, etc. You know, and it has been pointed out to me, and you know, there's going to be changes to PLSS, but you know, when a course is put up on PLSS, it doesn't necessarily show all the different modules, and really in Moodle you'd be setting up modules as courses, you know, so customer service would be a part of a bigger course. So that's absolutely fine, but if we can just tick the box, use Moodle, at least the participants are coming over, and then, you know, you can create the course manually, but when we go to search for them, at least they'll be in there. Okay, so that's definitely the way forward. Oh yeah, manually then, let me just open that back up. So manual enrollments, so if it's too late, you know, the course was already created in PLSS or whatever, you know, you just don't know how to do it, send a spreadsheet to me. So that's Wendy O'Sullivan at kwetb.ie, and please use this format. Now I've put all this information up on our intranet site, and I'll show you that page now in a second, but I need a spreadsheet with the first name of the students in this order, last name, email, course, start date, end date, and all of that is in lowercase, and all the information you put into the spreadsheet is in lowercase. Like that would save me so much work. Okay. And I will just go to the intranet here. Okay, so if you log into SharePoint with your KWETB email address, this is the FET Learning and Development Events and Resources page. There's the link to our team site. Again, tons and tons of resources. And here's then a page for Moodle support. Okay, so there's more information there on the Moodle integration, and I have a full guide on, you know, how to actually do that. So if you're a coordinator, you can have a look at that. Lots of information on Urkund, the free resources, etc. Okay, and Moodle support videos are all on here too. Okay, so we go back to our course and we say enroll users, and I'm just going to use Angela Higgins, and there she is, and I'd say she's a student and I'd enroll her. Okay, so if they've come over via PLSS, then they're in the Moodle system. You might not like the course that they've been enrolled on, or the course is, you know, it's not exactly what you're teaching. That's absolutely fine. As we looked at last week, you have permission as a tutor to create as many courses as you like. Just please put them in the correct area. Okay, so pick full-time, pick part-time, apprenticeship, you know, and find your area. So if it's a Thai youth reach you teach, go in there and go to add a new course. Okay. Okay, so participants and enroll. Okay, so if they haven't come in through PLSS, then I will go in and with that spreadsheet, throw them all up and I'll pop them in your course for you. So just send me an email, let me know, you know, what's the name of the course, and then everything in lowercase would be great. Finally then, assignments. I know this is a rush now through everything, but I added an assignment last week. Introduction to customer service. So I told them that it was due on the 26th at 4 p.m. that I'd be assessing it. The course code is this. So they were to watch this video and complete the questions and submit it via a Word document. Okay, so that's what it looks like to me as the teacher, and I can go view all submissions. Okay, Angela hasn't given any work and student Wendy hasn't given any work. Okay, so what I'm going to do is log out. In as student Wendy. Okay, so as a student, I do not need to look through all those course categories. I would just go to my course, and here I am. I'm enrolled on customer service, and I'll look down through here and I'll see, oh, there's some announcements. I'll look at those later, but I will go to my assignment and I will click on the link. I will obviously download the assignment brief. Okay. Which is this. So, you know, watch the clip, answer 4 questions, define customer service, why is good customer service important, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I have not attempted to submit it. It hasn't been graded and I've got 4 days left to do it. But I'm going to put my homework in now. So add submission. Okay, and I'm going to drag and drop it into this box. So I'm going to bring up my files. And it's this one, assignment student Wendy, and I'll just drop it in. So it is a Word document like my teacher asked. Save changes. Okay, and it's gone in. Now, I can just leave it at that. So my teacher has now received an email to say, you know, that I've put my work in, but I can go back in and edit that if I want. So if I go, oops, I'm after leaving something off, or I didn't like that one, I want to change it. You know, I still have 4 days and 5 hours to put this homework in, so I can still keep editing that because that's the way my teacher has set it up. But listen, I'm going to submit it anyway. Okay, this is my submission. So this is all my own work, and I'll press continue. Okay, and it's gone. Right, let's log out of student Wendy. Let's go back in as teacher. Log in. Okay, back into my course. In and out, in and out. And back to this assignment, Introduction to Customer Service. View all submissions. Okay, let's grade it. Okay, so here is her work. Introduction to Customer Service. Okay, she's done a quote. Blah, blah, blah. Now listen, I am not a customer service tutor. So this is, you know, very, very brief example. But let's say here, so examples of good customer service. So she said Adobe, Tesla, McDonald's. So I'm just going to put in a comment. So this is how you annotate it. Now, if I had a touch screen, which I don't at the moment, I'm just using my laptop, you know, I'd be able to grab on the pencil, squiggle all over this, you know, annotate with shapes, etc. But I'm just going to type the comments on, and it's perfectly fine to do that. So you can do different coloured comment boxes. Sorry, I should have pressed the first one. So let's say here, you know, I'd say pick one and describe why they have service. And that's that. So I can minimize. Oh no, I don't want to delete it. You know, oh yeah, so there it is. And then I can do a different coloured one, pink one. And just say, look, more info. Okay. Now, that's just annotating and giving some feedback on screen. So particular things, like, I mean, it could just be, you know, spelling and grammar, but you can then give comments here. So, you know, well done, Wendy. Great. Check over my and add examples, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And look, you can put in URLs to maybe useful resources they could use, etc. And then you could grade it if you like. So, I mean, I'll just give it 50. Okay, now, if you have some kind of feedback template, which I know a lot of you would do, then just fill that in. So go onto your Word document or your PowerPoint or your spreadsheet or whatever it is, fill in how you normally give feedback, and then you just drag and drop that in there. So you don't have to fill in this box. You don't have to do this here. You know, you can just give feedback that way. So you could actually download their work as well, write all over it and scan it back in, or whatever way you want to do it, but I quite like having to do it on screen. Notify the student. Yes, definitely. Save changes, save and show next. So that would be go on to the next student. So I'm just going to save changes. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so here we are back to our grade book. Angela hasn't given her work yet. And then this one was submitted for grading. Now, if I just log out again and log in as students, log in, my course. Go to the assignment. Unwanted. Oh, for goodness sake. I didn't save it, did I not? Anyway, hang on. Oh, it is. Oh, thank God. Okay, so there's graded, but I still have time to do it, so I can edit that submission. And here it is. So I can open it again, download it, make changes, resubmit it, have it regraded, etc. Oh, who have I logged in as? Was it myself? Oh, I should have logged in as student Wendy. That's why I'm confused. Not 3 minutes to go. Hope I'm not confusing you. Okay, sorry, that's what happened there. Back into my course and down to this fella. And oh, there we go. Okay, so my feedback is well done, great first attempt. Please check over my comments and add more examples. And then I view the annotated PDF. Okay, comment here. Pick one and describe why they have excellent customer service and more info required. Brilliant. That's great. And then I just resubmit it. Okay, hope that makes sense. So today we looked at the interactive tools through H5P. We looked at how do we get our students onto Moodle, and I know it was very, very quick, but there are lots of support videos and support content on the intranet about that. I will be adding more videos all the time, and lots of just help sheets and documentation if you prefer to look at it that way. But if there is anything in particular you would like me to show you, just drop me a mail and I'll get to it. So this is my email address, wendyosullivan@kwetb.ie. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you found it useful. Any questions, Ashley?
Brilliant, Wendy. Thank you so much. And I love your thank you dance.
I'm actually doing that right now.
I will be on Thursday evening. Okay, so I have a question in here. Does H5P store data on their website, or is it all stored in our Moodle? Thinking GDPR.
Oh my God, well, that is a good question. I'd have to check that, but I think it'd be on our Moodle, but I'll have to get back to you on that.
Thanks for that, Wendy. I didn't have a clue, so I said I'd pass that one over to you.
Yeah, it's a really good question, and I should know the answer, but I'll check it for you.
Another one then. I think this one's a little bit easier maybe. Is there an option to change the email address once students get their 365 account?
Yeah, the student can do it themselves, or you can do it. Yeah, or I can do it. Oh yeah, you can go in and edit your profile at any stage. Yeah. So what we're looking at is a process where all students will get a KWETB address, then they'll go through PLSS and then it'll go into Moodle. So we're working on that over the summer. So hopefully we won't even have to think about those things. They'll come and say to us, we want to do a course on KWETB, and they'll be given two things, an email address and Moodle at the same time. So hopefully that will be changed soon.
Thanks, Wendy. A question just popped in there. Is it possible to give verbal feedback in Moodle?
It is, yeah. So you just press record audio. Yeah, absolutely. That was in that little box. that I showed you. What am I logged in as a student? Yeah, so in every box, every label, all of them, they've got record video, so you could do a video of yourself, or just record audio. Yeah, so it's in there for all of it. Some people absolutely hate that, but I think yeah, it could be a lot easier, a lot quicker. No. Hopefully now this will show up quickly. Dun, 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 dun. View all submissions. And it's in this box here. Oh no, it's not. Unless it's in here. Oh no, I definitely thought you could do it.
I've seen it myself, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure where it is, but I know you can.
Well, I mean, you could record it and then like drop audio in there, obviously, because that's just a file. But I did think it was here. It's in all the other dialogue boxes that pop up. So again, that's something else now. I'll check. So maybe they've changed it.
That might be the new build from last week.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'll let you know about that as well. So feedback. I mean, yeah, you could just record just a simple audio and just drop it in there if you want. And that's definitely a way around it. Okay.
Thanks, Wendy. There's
Thank
two
you.
more quick questions there. So is it possible to get a couple of dummy accounts for staff centre training?
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
If they send you an email, Wendy, is that the best?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, just send me an email and yeah, we'll just set up student Biffy or whatever. Yeah, that's no problem.
And then the last question will there be training for students in how to navigate Moodle if we use it?
Yeah, of course. You know, we can do absolutely anything. Yeah. So, I mean, if they want to, depending on if we're able to go back into the centres come September, but there's no reason why we can't do another webinar like this purely for students and ask the students to log in, or we can have a team meeting, whatever you prefer.
That would be fantastic. Wendy, listen, thank you so much. I learned a lot from that this morning. And it was great to see what you can do with the H5P.
Yeah, there's loads more in there as well. So have a play around with it. Thank you so much, everyone. And thanks, Ashley, for all your help.
Brilliant. Thanks a million, Wendy.
Cheers. Bye.